Been engaged in a lot of information, some not new information, but I think from the perspective from which we are looking at things now, I think it is quite interesting. For example, in one of the workshops that I sat in this morning, they spoke about changing the language. And for me, that was very insightful in the sense that we oftentimes formulate or put titles to agencies, to programs, but not recognizing the stigma that comes along with some of those titles, as well as the negative connotation that people in community associate themselves with those titles. So the kind of response and reaction that you're expecting from the community tends to differ because of the title and the negative or sometimes the very strong wording. For example, she used the example this morning of Folkdijraad. People in community see Folkdijraad as the agency that comes to remove and take away your children, right? So they're not going to see it as an agency that wants to support and help families, right? So we have to be careful with the language. So that was something that was very insightful for me, yeah. What was the intention was to help persons to see the shift. And I think not just a gradual shift, but a very rapid shift that took place in St. Maarten before, so post, pre-hurricane and post-hurricane. So that rapid shift brought about a dramatic change in the social infrastructure on St. Maarten. And if you look at the theoretical underpinnings that speaks towards domestic violence post-disaster, it shows that because of the high stress levels, you have a lot of social ills that also peak. And what we've been seeing, and I think the presenter this morning, Ms. Joy Arnell, wanted to show, even though we don't have figures and hard data, she wanted to show how that hurricane really not just only on domestic violence, but on the social infrastructure of St. Maarten. And I think that is what we wanted to capture this morning in that presentation. It's been a challenge. It continues to be a challenge, but I think we are very resilient people. And because of our resiliency, we are working towards, we are in a process of recovery now. So we are working towards getting things back together. And mind you, we are a couple months away again from another hurricane season. So that is kind of causing a little panic in society because, you know, things are not 100% back the way it's supposed to be. But we are still working, and we are very grateful for all of the help that we've been receiving thus far. The world has responded. And we are getting a lot of assistance from persons in various avenues, be it food, clothing, care, but there is a great need for, from a social worker's perspective, there's a great need for psychosocial intervention. And we are looking at that at the moment. So, yeah, we are trying the best that we can to respond to a very unusual and devastating situation.